This project is inspired by the work of Victor Cicansky. He was inspired by the fruits and vegetables in his garden. He used his imagination and humor in his art. I gathered these from my garden. If you don't have a garden, you can gather from your fridge for this project. Fruits and vegetables actually have great personalities and a mind of their own. Look at the details in yours, and the more you look, the more you'll discover. For this project, we will be playing around with plasticine, putting together vegetables in funny different ways. In this example, I was thinking about the saying, "You are what you eat." In this case, this man literally became what he ate. Think about how you can use your imagination to make something interesting with vegetables in your own way. Plasticine comes in a wide variety of colors. You can use the colors that you buy from the store, or you can make your own. Simply add 2 different colors, mix them together, and this takes quite a while to mix them completely. But once you do, you will be happy with the result. In the process, it warms up the plasticine. So we have a nice orange color that we can make a carrot with simply by rolling the carrot in our hands like this. There we go. That's a pretty good shape that I'm happy with. Now remember to pay attention to the details of the carrot. Maybe your carrot is a little bit sunburnt on the top. Have you ever noticed that carrots get a little bit sunburnt sometimes? So you can add a little bit more red to the top if you'd like. They could be oranger at the bottom as well. If you're doing it with a different vegetable, pay attention to the colors on that vegetable. There we go. What I'll do now is maybe I'm going to add some lines along the side. This is a really nice tool that I like to use. It's called an awl and it's pointy on the end, but you can use a roofing nail or a toothpick. Anything that's really sharp on one side. Pokey. There we go. Now, I'm going to add a few of these rolls of yellow that I've rolled up in my hands, just to add some details. Notice my hands are moving slowly while I'm doing this. And be careful not to press too hard because I don't want to flatten any of the nice shapes that I've made. The nice thing about plasticine is it's so easy to use, it's so easy to mold, but it's also easy to squish. There we go. Now I'm going to make a face for my carrot. Now that I look at it, I'm going to move that guy up there. I might end up moving him again. So I'll think about where the eyes are going to be, and I'll dig out a little bit of plasticine. I can use my hands as well, my fingers, but it's nice to use a tool. The tricky part is to try and make the eyes the same size. How's that looking? Let's take some white, put it in there. On the other side, we'll make sure to give him lots of expression. Let's make the pupils of his eyes green because he's a carrot. It's okay if one's a little bit bigger than the other. Our faces aren't completely symmetrical. Now, how about his sleep? Did he get enough sleep last night? I'm thinking that he's going to be a little bit tired. Tired, but then also maybe a little surprised. The more wrinkles I add, the more tired he looks. What about his nose? Let's roll up a little bit of more orangey red. Put it right between. I just want to position it the way I want it before I add it. You can move the plasticine around, but it's a little trickier once it's already been placed. There we go, he's looking pretty good. What does he need? Maybe a little mouth. Should we make a short mouth for him? I think that will go well with his expression. And remember, we can play around with how we place things before we settle on our spot. That looks pretty good. Now, do we want him to be symmetrical with these lines the same on both sides? I think maybe that in nature it'll be different on either side, so let's leave that. Okay, so I've also got some green here. It's nice to work on these ice cream lids. I flattened it out just using my hands, but you could use a roller. And then I've used a butter knife to cut the shapes out. So here we have sort of a stem looking contraption here, it's a stem and leaves. So let's use the awl just to make a hole in his head. And then we can put that right in the top like this. And we have our little carrot character. Now we could take this a little bit farther if we'd like and build some furniture for him. So I've put together, just quickly, a little armchair that he can sit on. And if I want, I could have made him a little bit more like my carrot from the garden. Here I've made a little carrot with his legs crossed. And we can see what he looks like if we put his stem like that. Well, I hope you have fun with your project.